Good morning and welcome to Chat with Channelizer, our series of informative webinars that brings you the wealth and experience of our colleagues in the channel. There's many other topics that we discuss on Channelizer, and you can find them in the various different interest groups on our platform. Today what we're talking about is partnerships, P2P. So what does P2P stand for? It stands for partner to partner, so not vendor to partner, but reseller to reseller, or VAR to service business.
There can be any number of reasons why a partner needs to work together: for access to additional resources, to scale or cover a new geo, or more often these days, to take advantage of combining a solution and take that to market. A good example is one of our customers, SAP, and their human capital management solution, SuccessFactors, as they need different types of partners to work together. So development partner, perhaps a reselling partner, along with even an HR consultancy practice. And these skills are rarely found in one company. In fact, IDC state that it makes more sense to partner a lot more often than you would think. Companies like Microsoft and Cisco, who are very channel-centric, now hold a lot of sway for their partners to be able to work together. So in this new partner-to-partner world, the traditional channel-based model for the IT industry no longer really fits. It's all to do with the requirements of today's customers, who are less interested in a product-based approach, but looking for a solution-based approach. And this addresses their complete business needs, and therefore needs additional skills, softer skills like consulting and business development. So in addition, developments such as cloud and Internet of Things have also required multiple components to be brought together. And these are components that even the largest companies are going to struggle to actually supply all by themselves. And even when they can supply them by themselves, actually customers are looking for best of breed and therefore looking for an IT solution across multiple vendors brought together. And it becomes the responsibility of those IT suppliers to work together to deliver that customer experience and that customer solution. So how do you go about building a strategy for partner to partner? Well, there's two main ways. You can be just opportunistic, or you can think about it strategically. So the more casual, deal-orientated partnering may appear to be easy to do, but actually there's more opportunities for risk and mistakes and misunderstanding, because all the groundwork and the planning hasn't necessarily been done. A common failing is perhaps if you're looking for an additional resource on a project, and if you're in a casual deal-by-deal, loose kind of partnerships, do you think they're going to send you their best resource? It's unlikely. But if you're in a strategic partnership, it's more likely you're going to put your best resources on the job. So when it comes to strategic partnership, it's really around your whole go-to-market proposition. So it's looking at what the customers are looking for and what skills and resources you don't have within your own business, and you need to look across other businesses to find who would be complementary for you. So for all of this, you need a plan, the basic goal setting, your objectives, perhaps what the combined objectives will be, what your revenue goals are for both, and really a compelling reason why you're partnering and why you can help another partner achieve their goals. It's unlikely to be found only in the quality of your solution, but it lies in how the combined partners can work together to enhance each other's separate offerings. So 2 + 2 = 5. And when working correctly, this will open up new opportunities for both parties to cross-sell, upsell, and so forth. There's a lot of mergers and acquisitions going on in the channel at the moment. However, if that's not an option for you, being and finding good partners to work with is going to give you almost those same opportunities. So you've got a plan. Who should you actually go and work with? This should really, as I say, come out of the planning stages when you define what solution is needed. And actually talking to your customers is going to be the best way to find out what it is that they're looking for. What's the combined solution set that they're actually wanting to try and achieve? Then need to map that against your own organization, which additional skills you have and what you need to source externally. And then you can see what does your ideal partner look like from not just a technology point, but also from a business and a cultural viewpoint. And one of the key things that we found on our partnership survey that we did is that actually it needs to be complementary skill sets and complementary technologies, because you need to have that trust. It doesn't need to be too much overlap, and trust is very key in that to enable the partnership to work better. So when you've done all of that, you need to actually be able to verbalize what it is that you're offering to a potential other partner so that they want to work with you as opposed to any others. So now it comes to finding that right partner, and this can be the most time consuming and hard thing to do. And this is really why we developed Channelizer, because we know how very hard it is to find another IT company. There's no single site that crosses different geos, different technologies, different vendors, where you can look up and find anything from a reseller to a vendor to a distie across all of those different areas. And that's what you need to be able to do. So platforms of that sort, as I say, Channelizer is unique in that it can give you a really intelligent industry-specific search. If you try to put your search into Google or LinkedIn, you're going to find it very hard if you've got a very specific type of partner that you're looking for. You could use channel consulting companies, but they tend to be very expensive. And you could look at individual vendor programs and see which partners they have. But again, you're going to have to go to lots of different sites. So as we say, Channelizer really embodies all of that and enables you to actually reach out and find those correct partners. And also some of the research that we did is that particularly millennials, as I'm sure you appreciate, they're very prepared to look up on social platforms the kind of people they need to be working with. And increasingly, this is an acceptable way to make that first contact. So now you've found a partner, what do you do next? There's actually a fairly detailed process that you need to go through, which does involve some legal and structural elements, but it's as well to get done right up front. So you need to have clear rules of engagement, approved obviously by both parties. You need to have a process in place, how you're going to approach the customer, how you're going to deal with the project, and all of those sorts of things, and clear lines of communication between all of the parties. You need to be flexible in the approach to ensure that everybody's needs are met, but you also need to have things like non-disclosure agreements, KPI, key performance indicators, a service level agreement, and have a solid foundation upon which this partnership is actually going to move forward. So you need to invest at this stage time to develop these core tenets of your partnership. And then you need to develop the actual joint proposition. So you need to understand how you're going to actually pull your two propositions together so that your marketing collateral, your sales processes are all aligned. And one tip for ensuring certainly the first project is successful is I always feel actually having a project governance official in there, and that means a third party. Means it keeps all the parties, both the customer and the partners, real, keeps them focused, keeps them honest, keeps the project moving forward so that everybody can see and stay aligned. So the process in a nutshell is first off looking at your own company, where there are areas you can't fulfill your customer requirements right now, and look for partners that can help you with that. There is then a lot of tools available for how you can build that partnership together. There's an IDC partnership framework, and there are lots of tools and best practice on Channelizer that is available, and we'd be very happy to talk anybody through some of those. And then you need to prepare that joint go-to-market strategy, create a plan, create a framework, and then spend the time investing in how you're actually going to make some business out of this. And then always be prepared to change. There's going to be sort of rocks in the road in any partnership, and so be prepared to be flexible, but make sure those lines of communication are always open. But there is definitely reward at the end of this. There's reports out there now in demonstrating how VARs and MSPs are definitely witnessing increased growth and increased revenue from being able to work effectively together. So just consider that when your next sales inquiry comes in. So just in summary, we can help with this process because we are unique in that we provide a precision search for the IT industry. So there's no clutter around other content that's not IT related. So you can search for the specific type of solution or company that you're wanting to work with in the right geo. You can promote your company within the IT industry. We have the ability for you to upload rich content about your company, and it's not necessarily going to replicate your current website, but it's all about partnering. So it's all your partner facing information and how you would work with other companies in the IT industry. Then you can connect and engage and build a network of other companies. And the important thing here is it's company to company. Most other social platforms are individual to individual. So if somebody does that for you in your organization and then they up and leave, they take all your connections and your social content with them, which is can be very frustrating. So Channelizer enables you to retain those connections at a company level. And then there's many, many different ways in which you can connect with discussions and blogs and forums and posts and contributory articles and groups. And then you can actually pull your network of partners together in your own group. So it's really flipping it. Instead of vendors wanting VARs to go to their portal, you can have your own portal on Channelizer where you can pull your partnerships together, be that supplier or other VARs, other MSPs and so forth, and they can then be within your community. So thank you very much for listening. If you want any further information, please, I hope you'll join Channelizer and then or send us an email at info@channelizer.com. Thank you very much for listening.